Let's talk about R. Kelly. So, R. Kelly is a disgusting human being. Breaking news, if you haven't heard, he is a terrible person. He has used his fame to lure young children into his predatory hands, and it's disgusting. Manipulated them. I have absolutely no respect for R. Kelly. I will not be listening to his music. Granted, I never really did. I think when I was in high school, the is a thong song, was that R. Kelly? I think so. I'm not really sure. I will skip it if it ever. I never hear that. I don't think I have to worry about ever hearing R. Kelly's music again. Well, he got sentenced. Okay, and this is from Fox. This sums it up quite nice. Surviving R. Kelly producer wants people to stop streaming his music following conviction. R. Kelly was found guilty on all 9 counts of his racketeering and sex trafficking case on Monday. One of the producers behind Surviving R. Kelly has spoken out about the disgraced R&B singer's sex trafficking conviction. R. Kelly was found guilty on all 9 counts in his racketeering and sex trafficking case on Monday. The U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York confirmed that the 54-year-old was found guilty on all counts on Twitter. Kelly's criminal charges were covered in the docuseries, and it's been credited for making his case stand out amid the hashtag #MeToo movement or era. Executive producer Dream Hampton reflected on the impact the series had on Kelly's fate in an interview with Gayle King on CBS Mornings on Tuesday. Unlike King, whose televised 2019 interview with Kelly went viral for his on-air dramatics towards the host, Hampton reminded viewers documentarians reached out multiple times to Kelly, who denied to contribute to the film. Here's a quote. "We, of course, couldn't get him for our cameras, although we invited him several times. I thought about your interview because I'm still thinking about Joy Savage, who, of course, defended him during your interview and who hasn't returned to her mother. So I think about the damage he's done over the past 3 decades and how long it's going to take these victims." Here is the clip that they're talking about. Hampton added that producers talked to dozens of victims in preparation for Surviving R. Kelly. Despite the conviction, she highlighted that there's still a long road for his victims to recover from the trauma they experienced. It had been 20 to 25 years since they were teenagers and had been preyed upon by R. Kelly. They had children, they had husbands, and they didn't want to have to come on camera to talk about that painful trauma, Hampton said of many who were interviewed. Although this verdict is a step in that direction, I think about the restitution that's necessary. The financial restitution. Therapy is not free. The kind of work that these women are going through to have to do to get their lives back is going to take a lot of time. She also discussed what the conviction means for survivors and a majority who were women of color. "I want to believe that this means that black women survivors will be heard, although, see, I have such an issue with this because I feel like anyone who is a real victim should be heard. You know, you're making it a race issue. All right. I'm sorry. I get so tripped up on this kind of stuff because it is a serious issue. All right. And anyone who has been victimized, a true victim, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter what your skin color is. You should always, I don't care who you are, get the help that you need. Right. And I don't know if R. Kelly has money from his music or anything, but anything that he has should be going to these victims. I don't care what their skin color is. They should get the help that they need. So they go on, but I want to actually show you this video. This is from attorney Gloria Allred. This is a video that she is making remarks after the fact, after she read the verdict.
Today, R. Kelly has been convicted of very serious federal crimes. Mr. Kelly, who once described himself as a, quote, genius, end quote, to one of my clients who testified, is nothing but a convicted felon. I attended this trial because I represent 3 of the 6 victims for whom charges were filed in this case. and who testified at this trial. In addition, I represent 2 other key witnesses who testified, and another victim, Jane Doe number 9, who was prepared to testify but was not called to testify. I have been practicing law for 47 years. During this time, I have pursued many sexual predators who have committed crimes against women and children. Of all the predators that I have pursued, however, Mr. Kelly is the worst.
Is the worst. All right, this is 6 minutes long. I am not going to subject you guys to 6 minutes of Gloria Allred speaking about this. But I do want to talk about the victims, right? I mean, anyone who is a victim, I mean, I have Eliza Blue on my show often, and I support her wholeheartedly because this is a very real thing that we need to be aware of, right? A victim can be any skin color, all right, despite what they seem to focus on women of color instead of any victim who has been hit by an abuser. And it comes in all shapes and colors, and we really need to get them the help that they need. So please, if you do need help, if you know someone who needs help or are the person that needs help, please reach out. There are people that will help you out. There are hotlines that you can call. You know, let me just go to Eliza's page real quick because I'm fairly certain she keeps it right on the top of her page, so it's easy to find. It's not, but let me see. I want to just show you guys where you can get some help. Well, it's just her talking about her locals, which she talks about this exact thing. I mean, she's constantly talking about this. Let's see. This is actually a tweet about the R. Kelly thing. She said, the corporate press finally said it. Our image of a sex trafficking victim is a white girl kept in a basement, but black women and girls are disproportionately targeted. R. Kelly conviction, black women are the face of sex trafficking. But it's their fault. Just as missing black and indigenous women are ignored by the corporate press, so are black and indigenous victims / survivors of human trafficking globally. They choose the stories. They choose the attached images. Interesting. So she's actually calling out mainstream media to show that it's their fault for portraying it as though it's the white women who are actually targeted the most, when that's actually not true. Right? So, man, I mean, that opens up a whole nother can of worms as far as the mainstream media and what they report on, what they show to convince the world that people only care about when it's a white person, which, if you're asking me, it doesn't matter what skin color it is. If you're a victim of sex trafficking, it is a shame, and I want you to get some help. All right? And I want to help the people that need the help, right? So, all right, shout out to Eliza because she's absolutely fantastic.